Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a review of this Optimus Prime Voyager class Rise of the Beasts movie figure from the movie line, not the Studio Series line. So this one I got from Smyths for about 30 quid. It's about 15 centimeters tall in robot mode. It looks to be about, I don't know, 132 scale truck. I'm looking forward to just a diecast version of this truck, because even though all the parts form really well into this truck mode, it's not that seamless. There's lots of like lines, and it's not particularly smooth, and it's very, you can see all the segmented bits, and these feet are all wrapped up here and everything. So although it functions very well as a toy and it looks accurate, just as a diecast truck, I think it will look nicer for display. So I'll probably be keeping this guy in robot mode, and we'll check that out. Here's Prime looking robust in robot mode, looking great. I'll go into further details later, but Ion Blaster could do with a few more details. A bit puny. It could be like, massive gun that means serious business. I think that could have been improved. These smokestacks are pretty massive. They look impressive, like massive 80s shoulder pads, but I think a little bit smaller would have also just been fine too. There's a lot of detail on this figure, like mechanical detail, but they could have done with some texturized paint, or even texture. I don't know, maybe they can even get the plastic to look like that rather than just have it an unpainted grey plastic. But I guess, for a kid's figure, that'll do. That's enough maybe. And then for the more adult collectors, like most of us watching this video, we'd want something extra done to that. The figure itself, I'll go for the articulation later, but it's pretty good. It's quite sturdy. Some figures that I've opened have loose joints immediately, but this one's so far quite good. And the back, you can see the folded up wheels. No big backpack, going to school day. And it looks great from a lot of angles. So there we go. Let's look at the front of the box. So now we've got the new sustainable packaging. This is even paper, just coiled round instead of plastic ties. No plastic on the window, just card. So we've got the same cover art that was used for the Battle Changers Beast Alliance. You can see it again here. Here we go, Voyager class in several languages. We've got this cool Autobot logo combined with sort of South American prehistoric culture. Or is it prehistoric? I don't know. Maybe just ancient culture. And then on the back, 20 steps to change Optimus from robot mode to vehicle mode, and all the usual bits and bobs here, health and safety and all that, and copyrights. Authentic, that's really good to see. And the figure, so what I always compare is, like, you see this yellow stripe here is like from a production sample, and they usually differ to the final product. And we can see inside that, look, there's no yellow here, it's just all grey, so it's missing that highlight. And this is just like the mainstream movie version. There will be a Studio Series 1 coming out later. So let's pop this open. Okay, so there's Optimus. Okay, so get the usual instruction booklet. And get Optimus against this kind of, these Nazca lines from Peru. And we get like the Decepticon, amongst the other ones. Get the Black Widow kind of symbol. Maybe that's Black Arachnia. Maybe that one's like Dinobot here. Autobot symbol here. Who else have we got? What's that? Air Razor. And maybe in the film they kind of link these Nazca line patterns to big robots that maybe the locals see, and then they just make big patterns of them. So here we have the Cheetor. Let's see, what else have we got here? What's that? That's like a T-Rex. Maybe. Here we go. There's a gorilla, so Optimus Primal. And I'm pretty sure that's Waspinator's face. Scorponok here. Okay, let's get this figure off and we can have an even better look at that art. So we just uncoil it all here. Okay, so that's off. There's Rhinox. And I think that's it. I think we've got everyone labelled here. But this T-Rex, maybe that's Beast Wars Megatron. And maybe there'll be a surprise appearance from him in the film. And this film is supposed to be like the first in a trilogy, so maybe we'll see some more Beast Wars characters come up. Anyway, let's get back to the figure itself. So the gun, let's take a close-up look at this. Now, it is the Ion Blaster, but it just seems really puny and really small, and usually there's like lines here, and there's not that, it doesn't appear there. So the detailing doesn't appear to be that great, just some general shapes, but nothing special. And this construction line here from the mold doesn't look great either, but I'm sure there's like some, there'll be some upgrade kits or something like that coming out soon. Got a hole here. Maybe something can be added on there, etc. So that is Optimus's gun. Now on to the main figure itself. So zoom out. There's a little thing here. That's for later. So let's get this. There we go. Get the legs untabbed to balance this big guy. So this is your Optimus figure right here. Let's pop this in. There we go. Brilliant. So that's in there like that. Okay, just had a feeling it was going to fall a little bit, so maybe I'll move the arms forward so as a counterweight. Great, here we go. There's Optimus. Oh, the ankle joint on this one is a little bit loose, but let's give this guy a twirl. So here we are, Optimus in robot mode. Looking pretty great. The arm's looking a little skinny. Yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think of the details if you've got this figure. There's quite a lot of pattern textures here, but sadly they're not. Any customizer could easily add some paint work to that to make it look like the film. But overall, a pretty cool figure. It's quite small, I think a lot of people commented, about 15 centimeters. And maybe the Studio Series Voyager will be even bigger. But I think it's because, I think ever since COVID, a lot of these companies are just like, the raw material cost of these plastics is getting higher and higher. and so eventually the figures just end up shrinking. You know, and sadly that's probably out of their control, but they do the best that they can. Okay, let's give this guy a test of articulation. So there's you can move the shoulders slightly this way. You can do it all the way out. Left cross, boom. That's pretty cool. You can see the armpit area. Straight up. Wow, this looks pretty cool, all these sections. There is a little bit of a waist swivel, but it's stopped by these parts here. You can untab here, I guess, but it looks quite strange if you're gonna pose him like that. I have to put it back on. There we go. And I like how they tried to minimize the backpack by just having the wheels fold in this way. So the ankles a bit slippery, so you can move this way and forward. Knees quite stiff, that joint. So this part lifts up, side skirting for a side kick. Can do the splits almost. Yep, can. And the front as well, but only that high, so not that high, just under waist height. And for a back, yeah, can't get it to the waist either, so it's quite limited in the forwards and backwards, but we can swivel out like that. So there we go, some good articulation. Not the most articulation, but good enough to get those cool poses down. Okay, let's have a go at transforming this guy. Okay, let's transform Prime into the truck. I put him in press up position. When I got the figure, these legs were tabbed in, so I'm just going to do that again. I assume that's part of it. So normally I review diecast cars, and they're very easy. Although I'm a big fan of Transformers, I don't really review the figures very often. So let's just have a go at this and see how far we get. So this comes up, and then the head bobs down. Okay, and then apparently this goes all the way. Let's get this head straight first of all. There we go. You can bob this up like that, and there's the front of the cab there, and then we put these feet up. They go all the way up here like that. And I think this goes over as such. Okay. And then afterwards, let's get these arms straight now. These are going to come out somewhere. I'm going to pull, okay, so these parts are out, and then we're going to twist right here under the pecs so that the two front wheels come out on front like this. Okay, then now at the back, I'm going to put these out. I think that's already done. And then we're going to slab these guys in. There we go. And that's like a reasonably good fit. And I think those just go. Just move that out here. This should just tab in here. And same on this side as well. Now we have the arms. So put these in here, and then we're going to see later on these go up. Somewhere, maybe here. Like that. So the arms are all here. That's how it looks in the back. Maybe I've done it a little bit wrong because the hands, maybe that one should be out. There we go. Fist bump from the back. And then I think that goes here. I think it does. Like this, and then we put this out down here. Well, got to take out these wheels first. And then just fold it back in. These should tab somewhere. Maybe there. So they just need to be pushed just a little bit more forward, or these ones a little bit more backwards. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Let's take a step back and have a look at this. And lastly, let's see that the gun goes. Let's get these out here. Oh, I forgot that step actually, my mistake. So that part of the arm comes forward, tabs in here. That should go there. Whoops. I think the only bit for me that is a little bit tricky is this wheel section here at the front. It doesn't quite fit for me. Maybe I've done it wrong. Nope, it's just a matter of the joints. Just sometimes I don't want to force the figures, because if they're tight, I always just think, oh, maybe it's not supposed to go like that. But actually it's just, you know, the plastic intolerance. So there we go. That wheel does tab in there correctly. The front arm, forearm gauntlets cover up the sides of the truck. That should just slot in there, and that slots in there like that. And then, well, hey, finally, the gun just fits somewhere like here. Can put it in as that. Well, hey, we've done it. So let's give this a quick spin. So as a transformation, it's quite similar to other Optimus transformations that I've done in the past. So the legs just become the back of the cab. The head goes in the heart of the cab, and then the arms just fold round to form the back of the cab. Oops, it looks like it's a little bit wonky, but anyway, got there in the end. And I love this boxy cab. The feel of it matches the 84 G1 Transformers cartoon, but modernized with a few more details. The feet, it's quite hard to tuck these away, so yeah, I'm not really sure like a trailer edition is going to be made for this. I'm not sure how it would peg on like that. But the truck looks pretty good. All the wheels roll. Much better than the Battle Changers Beast Alliance figure. But just all these different parts, it's amazing they've managed to fit it all in like that. However, I'm pretty sure like a KO company will just make it so the cab looks even more seamless than this. But overall, I think it's a pretty good job, and it's really fun for a kid to play with. So there we go. Okay, let's have a go at transforming it back into robot mode. Let's get this guy back in robot mode. So that's it. No, I'm just joking. So let's have a look. If I can remember correctly, got to untab this out. Do it carefully. And here we're gonna, there we go. That's out. This part of the forearm is out. That one goes back here. Untap the legs. The arms need to come out, like so. Bring it around to the front. Okay, so that's that part done. This needs to go in like this. Oh, these are rubber. That's pretty cool. So we get rubber tires, and they spin quite well. That one goes there, and this is the bit where, oh, that's pretty smooth. And we just flip it around. And that just goes back up, I think. Is that right? I don't want to break this. Oh my gosh. So I think that flips up, but it's not doing it. That looks to be about right. These parts here, you push that forward to form the legs. These go back somewhere like that, I think. And it's just the back, just this bit. This bit's the tight bit, and that stopped me from transforming it smoothly because it was just a really hard double joint here. You've got one joint and then the second joint here, and that one's the tight one. But anyway, that was done super quick. Once you know how, it's pretty easy. And we are back to Optimus in robot form. like so. Oops, just jam his gun in here. That should fit in, but it's not really the best fit, I must say. There we go. Once you know the right angle, then it slides in quite easily and quite smoothly, but it's a bit difficult trying to do that. So there we go. Like I say, I don't really normally review Transformers, although I love them. So that review probably not as smooth as other Transformers reviewers, but I hope this video gave you some other insight into the figure itself. Cool, let's give this guy a final spin. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I will see you hopefully in the next video. Take care. Just going to do a turnaround before I transform it, just so you can see what it looks like back and front.